Welcome back here, ladies and gents, at the lower bracket final, NOFEAR5 against Project C, and we've landed on map number 2, which will be terrain up next. We've just had Nuke, and that was a little bit of a slaughterfest. The desk just said NOFEAR5, they showed no fear. They are here in it to win it. What are your thoughts on the map that we have coming up next, Blair?
I feel both the maps, Nuke and Train, more worse off than Nuke, are two maps where things can spiral out of control when even if it is your map pick, right? That is what happened on map 1 for the side of Project C to start on the T side, and they weren't expecting that complete shutdown which took place on the CD side for NOFEAR. This is something which could happen on Train as well, right? It is a map pick coming in from NOFEAR5, and if Project C get off to a good start, you win the pistols. Which they did manage to do in the second half there. You win the pistols, you would survive the anti-ecos, you get the the double op setup going. It could be a similar story, except with NOFEAR5 being on the receiving end. So anything could happen. I feel like these are the two maps which can really kind of flip things around, like we saw earlier in the game here today. But here we go, jumping in straight into pistol round. Project C opting to start on the CD side. No surprises there. To have a kit and a smoke in the hands of Hedgie. And for NOFEAR5, it is just the one flashbang, and Tori is going to be the mini raid boss alongside Victoria.
Oh, and Kesty about to peek, and there's a lot of information for her to grab. And funnily enough, the rotation is not going to be there just yet, but oh my lord, now they are getting overwhelmed here on this bomb side. But okay, Kesty lands 2 shots for herself, so it does slow things down a little bit for NOFEAR5, but of course, they are going on the hunt. They want that kill to be theirs. So Victoria is straight back in it with an answer. Now the bomb can get planted, but this might be still rough for Project C. The after plant is certainly looking super good for NOFEAR5. Tori lands the last shot. And the first round, once again, pistol rounds are NOFEAR5's territory. They're absolutely doing insane. They've only dropped 1 so far. Okay, maybe that one, the streak didn't continue Nuke, but it's looking crisp and clean.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say winning 10 out of 11 pistol rounds is good enough. That'll do. That's still ridiculous, right? Great work from Tori there. You know, I love the double raid boss setup. The P250s doing work, taking the long range duels with the USPs, and looking for short range duels is going to be Kezi. She got a couple of kills the previous round. She's got the Max 7, which could find Fatal. Oh no, but a little bit of a cheeky shoulder jiggle is going to allow Fatal to deal a bit of damage, but Kezi able to come out on top there. So good work. Opening kill, $900 in the bank as well. Gun won't be retrieved, however, and that is a Galil, which I guess Elizabeth or MRSK would be looking to retrieve. Right now, a bit of a stalemate. These deagles could do damage.
Yeah, oh, the flashbang. I was about to say it was maybe a little bit too late, or she jumped a little bit too early, but she still got the kill nonetheless. But okay, Hedge and Nesta getting the deagle shots. Eventually, they will get shot from behind, but it is still a 1 versus 2, and Tori and MRSK are relatively low. Hedge is tagged up too, but this is still a winnable situation for Hedge. We've seen her shine before. She's really the firepower so far of this team, but now there's a smoke in front of it. There's a smoke left also in the hands of MRSK and a flashbang. So this might get rough, and there's no kit in the hands of Hedge. So she's looking to see where the players are. So far, no one really making moves. She didn't see anyone cross. But the problem really is that no one is showing their faces. And everybody repositioned as well. The timing is absolutely awful for her. Yes, she does land that 1 shot. But the Mach 10 save is what will... that's what it needs to be here for this round. I mean, a good amount of damage, considering they started off with majority pistols, but still, money is kept low. NOFEAR5 is gonna walk away with it once again.
Yeah, I really wouldn't fault Project C for going for a force here, right? You can, I think Hedgie had that deagle. She could drop it over to one of her teammates, which is exactly what she's going to do towards Aurora. Galil in hand, they know the money's low. There was a world where I wouldn't have been surprised to see Project C go for the force, but saner heads will prevail. They will go for just the pistols. Hedgie with the Kevlar helmet, and the Galil is going to be the primary player for the CD side. And they're going to be going for a no-nonsense push. Bit of a gap in the smoke. They're going to be wary of it. Fortunately for them, there's no one towards Ivy. Hedgie needs to find something, and she gets nothing done. Just tickles a couple of the players. That's about it. MRSK is going to be taken out. The great shots coming from Kezi with the USP, the double Dinkerino. But it looks like, yeah, Tori's there. Victoria's there. They're going to rein it back in, and it's going to be a 4v2. The MAC-10s would be looking for a little bit of extra cash as well, and Kezi's going to be left alone. They knew where she was towards Connector, and the hunt is on as Elizabeth, or rather Victoria, is going to be going in for the kill.
Ooh. There was a little bit of a tag going on, but not enough to land yet another kill. So, NOFEAR5 still playing with 4 out of 5 players, which is definitely good, considering you know, the amount of firepower that Project C technically has within the team. But now the full buy is on the board. So technically, the buy on Project C's side is better. They have an AWP in the hands of Xana as well. And this is the time to shine. Double nades there towards A main, not really doing a lot of damage, just barely onto Elizabeth. But now, she's a little bit forced out of position. Oh, but the timing. This, once again, might not work in the favor of Project C, and now being caught off guard, not expecting someone to be behind E-Box already. And this means that, oh my lord, this is just simply falling apart. The buy round not working for Project C. There's still 2 players left alive, but the flashbang is just absolutely perfect. Fully blinding Nesta. Kezi, once again, last player alive, but she did managed to kill MRSK just now, and that's also the control of the bomb, right?
And they know where she is as well. She's going to swap the second player though, but wide swing coming out from Victoria takes it down. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake from the CD side there, where they just ignored the fact that a player could potentially have pushed her to smoke. And this was Elizabeth with the MAC-10, right? She had pushed on in, and I've seen this a couple of times already on train. Some of these teams, not necessarily these 2 teams, where they seem to assume that the T's might not have a player out early, and that's been a problem so far. They're going to be going for a bit of a nade stack here with upgraded pistols. That could be quite problematic, but it's not deep enough. Victoria escapes in 83 points of health. That could have been way worse. That should have been a kill if the nades were a tad bit deeper. Unfortunately, that's not the case for this out of Project C. And yeah, that's just a desperation play there. Yeah, this one's pretty much done, Realist. But I gotta say, I just want to point out, like, I mean, NOFEAR5, they were the underdogs according to the analysts, right? Even though Potter did say it's very 50-50. If you look at Twitch chat, for example, they came out in huge numbers supporting Project C. And it's not been the case. The story in the server has been the complete opposite. NOFEAR5 have been in full control. They have complete reins of this game, of this match. And we thought maybe in map number 2, train CD side, you know, Project C could get off to a great start, but it's looked quite lackluster. Sure, take with the pistol rounds, but even the rifle rounds, so many mistakes being made, allowing so many inroads into the outer bomb side for NOFEAR5. So this is looking absolutely nothing like what either the panel or Twitch chat predicted. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so far NOFEAR5 is really in control, and maybe this yeah, Project C is just having a real rough time. And I think the first game against Arcane Wave, that seemed relatively easy for Project C, and maybe they got away with the lack of practice they had prior to this event, because Hedgie was busy casting, and pretty much they were left with a lot of individuals practicing on their own, and maybe not as much time they would have liked together as a team. So this is really starting to show at this point. Hedgie already explaining in the interview the other day that it was probably going to be really tough to practice for this match alone after winning that first one. So, yeah, you can see right now they simply have no answer for all that aggression that NOFEAR5 is showing. Already 5 rounds on the T side, but this round is certainly looking a lot better. This could be the first round on the board for them.
Could be. Fatal getting picked off, and unfortunately, Tori not going for the wide swing. She goes for it now, though. Just a wide swing out. Going to be heading straight into the bomb site, but Kezi is ready and waiting. And she should be... Oh, Tori's ready, though. She's read it perfectly. That's a beautiful read and a beautiful shot to follow up as well. And now she's kind of wrested control of this inner bomb site. Bomb has been spotted towards T mid. They have time to work with, but for how long, Violus, can Tori hold on to this inner bomb site? She needs to find a couple more kills to make this viable. It's still looking very unlikely, but 8-1, Tori, she's on fire, 132 ADR. There is a world, there is a reality that this could actually work out.
Oh, the timing there. Tori almost getting beheaded there as soon as they started coming out of connector. But the thing is, you know, Amara's K still had a smoke. She could just cross onto the side, and even with 4 CTs left alive, she could get the bomb down, which is a pretty odd situation to be in. Now Aurora does find that 1 kill. Tori's still finding an answer for it. Perhaps in a world this is still possible, but now they're going to be sitting on the bomb, and Tori is so far away, it's not planted for her, and this will have to be it. She needs to save, just 1 HP left. Of course, plenty of money in the bank for NOFEAR5, so there shouldn't be anything to worry about. But the fact that they still got that bomb down, 4v2, not really a lot of contesting on that B bomb site. Technically, I would have liked Project C to be in a little bit more in control of that round. And they pretty much got away with it, luckily.
Yep.
But now needs to be the time, you know? The money's still low. And they need more rounds on the board.
Yeah, they have been very trepidant in some of these moments where they have the advantage, and now double up towards Paul. Bit of a switch up. And I agree with you. I feel like they're too much into their heads. Nessa's been spotted out. Now, they might not be expecting 2 players there, but Xana's got to go big here. She's going to find, well, nothing. Elizabeth just mows her down. Hedgie with the trade, but she in turn will be traded by the T's. And the CTs, what are they going to do? They're going to be actually relinquishing pop control. They're just going to go for the save. They have to go for the save. Or maybe not. Oh, they're going... Okay. This is very brave. 4v3, bomb down. Ticking away already. They have a kid, they have some bit of utility, but if I'm the CTs, I just fall back and just wait. I just try and go for some exits here.
Yeah, I mean, Nessa has that AK. You might definitely want to save that one. And Aurora also had that M4. Sadly, she did foul. I mean, if I were Kezi, that would probably be the player to actually get away for an exit and try to upgrade. But now she is the one actually saving, sitting far back, and sadly not the potential to upgrade. There's a player very close by, but not able to catch that one off guard. So 6-1, and 6 already on T side is looking good, and the money on the low end for Project C, this is about to be only more and probably result in NOFEAR5 even leading going into the second half.
Yeah, 6-1 T-side train, that is, that's a dream start right there, and it's looking very rough indeed. Well, his pistol's doing some bit of work, and Kezi with that auto shot, he could do a bit of damage, and it's going to be Aurora and Xana with the Deegs dealing the pain in of Victoria. She's the player with the rifle. She's got to find both the kills, but Xana's going to take it down. This is great work. A magical round from Project C here. Bomb still with Victoria, though. She waits as patiently. She's going to get a free kill. Spots out Kezi. She gets attacked. She's aware of it. She's going to walk out with the P250, which is very, very brave indeed. Just not going to walk and push the smoke. Has a minute to work with. And a couple of the players are very low. So if she plays this right, if she can isolate the fights and work with the bomb, there is a world where she can potentially pull off this clutch. But then Kezi, auto shot at that range, she's gonna whiff it, and that's a chance. That is a real chance for Victoria to try and play this 1v2 and clutch it out, and she's playing it so very smart. She's gonna find a second player as well. A no-scope comes out, Victoria! She's toying with her food right now, and in the final 1v1, 40 seconds to work with, 100 HP up in hand against Aurora. She's done her best, 2 kills, but she needs to find 1 more. The problem is, she's bleeding out at the moment.
Oh no, and Aurora is about to say hello right at that time. The timing was very unfortunate, but it looked so incredibly good there for Victoria. Such a great attempt to save it for NOFEAR5. I have to give credit the way she isolated the fights and tried to play with the mines. of Project C. Like, right after she got the kill, she ran towards B trying to sell that she was gonna go there, of course, with the kill cam. But then, sadly, it all fell apart at the third kill. Almost made it. There was definitely a little bit of hope there. And technically, they had such a good start, Project C. It should maybe not have been that close. And, ooh, a little bit of a team flash there. Fatal being blind and then getting killed by Aurora as a freebie. So that's at least a good start by Project C, even though 2 players are now tagged up. And it looks like NOFEAR5 on their way towards that B bomb site. Get 1 kill, but instantly traded out once again. And a bomb is now getting planted.
Oh, Victoria. Big kill there. She gets tagged down. There's now a 3v3. Look at the amount of utility the T's have to work with. The thing is, CDs, they have the kits and they have a smoke as well. You can find an opening. It could be Big Victoria. Spot the trajectory of that incendiary and she's aware where the player is. Xana's going to jump straight to a dead MRSK sitting on the bomb site as well. She could get taken out from behind. A CD has snuck on up on her, but the timing is brilliant. She doesn't spot the feet, or does she? I don't know, but Tori's going to find Hedgie and Aurora. The jig is up. They know exactly where she is. Tori will fall, but there is no time remaining. She can't stick this. She's just got to go for the duels. And Victoria, she's going to put a bullet between the eyes with an AWP and NOFEAR5. That was a much more convincing round. And despite the fact they lost to the pistols, they bounced back and they, in turn, break the economy for the CTs.
Oh, man. And once again, Victoria with that up, shining and having so much impact. 3 kills into that round. She has showed it before, and now, once again on train, is coming alive. That's what we like to see, you know? Having those players being consistent. It doesn't matter on which map it is. And especially on train, which is really an office playground. Ooh, but maybe this round's not the time for the office to shine, as Tori gets 2 kills, Elizabeth with the follow-up. But of course, they are up against Project C with just the pistols, but don't underestimate those just yet. Kesley lands yet another 1 league. But yeah, 3 against 1. A little bit more of some tags coming through. This surely should be over. Yep, there we go. NOFEAR5 finally landing the shots. Yeah, there was a little bit of room for Project C to work with, but of course, just the Deegs, not very ideal coming or going up against the AKs. And 2-8, the gap still very, very big, and it seems like Project C just cannot really seem to get the horse going.
Yeah, it's kind of the same storyline we witnessed on the first map continuing into train, right? For me, it's just like how completely in control NOFEAR5 are. Project C have been just playing a very reactive style of counters, right? This is one of the few rounds where they are being a bit aggressive here. Aurora pushed up towards T mid. I'm sure Elizabeth is more than ready for this. Waiting patiently. A bit of a stalemate. Bit of a standoff here between the 2 players. In the meantime, NOFEAR5 mixing things up. They are going to be sending in 3 players towards Ivy, something they really haven't been doing much. Waiting for the smoke to bloom. Victoria trying to triangulate the position of the CT holding on. Project C have kind of almost committed 2 players towards Inner, though. They've realized Inner has been a problem. It's been kind of the chink in this in their armor when it comes to this defense. Krasi completely blinded, giving away a position there with the spray. But NOFEAR5, I like how calm and composed they are when they need to be, just, you know, sussing out where the CTs might be, playing the information game. Right now, though, it's about trying to outduel Aurora here, and they're going to be going for the double peek. Oh, you need to hit those, Aurora. You need to land those shots.
And technically, with Elizabeth not checking her at first, she surely should have had that. And then not connecting the spray, then of course, there was yet another chance for Elizabeth to kill Aurora herself. And it looks like NOFEAR5 had a good amount of kills, but perhaps it's changing around. 2 kills for Hedger now, but Fatal and Tori once again always ready with an answer. So it is all on the shoulders of Xana, and 10 seconds left. If she can do something, sadly she won't, but that was still a little bit too close for comfort. NOFEAR5 waiting very long to get towards that bomb site in a 1 versus 3 situation.
Yeah, at this point, it's not about how much damage you can deal the T-side economy, or not how close the rounds are. Now it's damn time you win a few rounds. 9-2. 9-2. It is looking rough. T-sided train, perhaps the most city-sided map in the official competitive map roster in CS:GO at the moment, and you're just getting completely schooled here by NOFEAR5. Yes, it is true. It is a pick from NOFEAR5, but the fact that you got completely destroyed, wrecked on your map pick of Nuke as well means that you need to win this. You need to take it to map number 3 here, but it is looking unlikely. Hedgie, though, she's trying to make something happen here. She's going to find a kill, but quickly traded once more to MRSK. And I gotta say, the trade game has been on point for NOFEAR5 throughout both the maps here. And for Project C, it has been lacking. They sometimes get a couple of kills, but they get traded immediately, and it's not back and forth, right? They win some deals here and there, but the fact that spacing is so off, the crossfires seem to be almost non-existent as well in the CD side, and to put it very bluntly, Fearless, they're just getting out-aimed. It's as simple as that. They're getting out-aimed, like Aurora towards Team Mid. She was holding the angle. They went for the dry double peek. Sure, she might get traded, but the fact that she didn't even get a single kill there, it's not going to work at this level.
No, and there were some slight mistakes here and there by NOFEAR5, but they instantly pulled right back. There was that one time, of course, Project C were on the digs, that they almost won the round by just starting it off with pistols. They were walking out of the smoke. Maybe a little bit of a mistake, of course, knowing you're up against the scraps. But instantly the round after, it seems so solid. Just one mistake and make sure it never happens again. And 10-2 right now. 4 people alive on either side. So anything can still happen in this round. And it is the time for Project C to shine right now. Because if not, NOFEAR5, they're going to walk away with such a dominant first half. And them switching to CT and knowing they're very good on the pistols, it's looking very scary.
Even though they've got a couple of kills, look... Oh, never mind. Shut everything down. That was well done. That was a good hold. That was a very good hold. NOFEAR5 trying to be cheeky and just walking on and all around the map. Something which they haven't really done that often, to be very honest. They usually just work as a pack, and it's worked wonderfully for them. But they do finally concede yet another round. Still, 10-3. If I'm NOFEAR5, I'm feeling very confident. At the same time, if I'm their in-game leader at the moment, if I'm NOFEAR5's caller, I'm just going to be like, listen, don't let up. Do not let up right now. Finish it off. 12-3 half with a scoreline and Nuke. Let's make it happen again here in Train. Don't allow that tiny little bit of window for Project C to get back into the game. And Victoria, unlucky not to get the kill, but Nesta gets tagged on in 27. And I'm sure Victoria has conveyed that information to a teammate.
Oh, and Elizabeth already creeping up, and the information is definitely there, knowing that one player most likely, well, first of all, above her, and one close towards the side. Now, player jumped down, and Hanshia, there is a little bit of a gap behind the smoke, so Elizabeth might try to creep up, and that's exactly what she's doing, transferring onto the second player. Oh, but look at that at the same time. Cassie replying with a little bit of aggression, which is very nice to see. Finally, something being pulled out of the bag. A little bit of a, okay, a change up, but just never say never. Elizabeth with this AK just farming kills at this moment. And now, oh, and she has the information as well. She saw that Cassie was backing off a little bit, but maybe that was a little bit of foolery happening because Cassie still lands the final shot, switched to the rifle, and that's another round for Project C on the board, but damn, that was so incredibly close.
That was, it was Kezi. It was all Kezi there. Huge double kill. And then, of course, clutching it out in the final 1v1. Well, a nice attempt coming out from NOFEAR5 in the end there to try and clutch it up, but not to be. Here we go, though. I don't think NOFEAR5 have ever had to go for a single force fire, or like, you know, a light fire in eco this entire half. And that's how ridiculous it's been. They've been so dominant for all these 15 rounds, or 14 rounds at the very least, even though they did concede a few here and there. For Project C, can they make it 5? If they can make it 5, win the pistol, you know, there's still another world. There's a world that can come back here, Violus. I've said it in the past. Didn't quite pan out on Nuke, but maybe this time around it will. Elizabeth, Molotov, gonna go for the wall bang. Aurora, oh, she is taking quite a bit of damage. Hedgie, in the meantime, is gonna find a kill, but she will be traded.
Oh man, There was even a nade beneath her feet, so Aurora is now just 3 HP. But look at this, the read from Nessa, knowing that most likely when that smoke is about to pop, a boost will be the answer from NOFEAR5. So that's a good play there. At least that keeps things competitive for this round. 3 people alive on either side. But now Elizabeth going big once again on the rifle. Looking so damn good. And okay, I thought for a second that it was going to be won by Tori, but Zana is finally delivering the shots with the AWP. So now you have 30 seconds left. And of course, the bomb. That's the thing. It's stuck in Ivy, and Elizabeth needed to win that fight. So it's all on the shoulders of Nessa right now. She is in a pretty damn good spot. She has eyes on where Elizabeth is about to come from, but she's not landing the shot. So that means this first half is landing in the favor here of NOFEAR5, 11-4. And you need to wait a little bit after the break to see how this one is gonna end. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome back to DreamHack Showdown Winter. It's Project C facing off against NOFEAR5, the second map, and currently NOFEAR5 being in the lead, now switching to that CT side here on train. This is looking real scary, and I think they are hungry for the W, Blair.
They are, and they've just looked like the better team, the better individuals, everything. And looking for another pistol round here would be a NOFEAR5 on the CD side as well. USB's out, MRSK is going to be taking one for the team, a smoke and a kit in her hands. And for the T's, Hedgie, the IGL, smoke and a flash. It is going to be a full commit, and it's going to be Elizabeth long range without a silencer, which is a travesty. And oh, they have no idea there's another player tucked in on the bomb site. Now, they had a plan in mind. They expected Kezi to come on in late alongside Nessa, but the plan was predicated on the fact that there's 2 players coming in from inner, and Kezi, you need to hit those! Oh my lord, it's all gone wrong. That is so painful to watch as Hedgie's going to be left alone. And whatever plan they had, it's been completely, absolutely crushed by NOFEAR5.
Okay, first of all, Elizabeth without the silencer, that's ballsy, to say the least. But then what happened here? Kezi and Nessa both whiffed their shots because it was Nessa seeing their opponent first, and then it just all fell apart. It looks like either they're nervous or they're just not really feeling it today, but definitely their aim is not as crisp as we saw the other day. So NOFEAR5, of course, capitalizing on that now on 12 rounds already.
Oh my god.
And oh, what is happening? Fatal pushing in right behind the smoke. There's already another player coming in from behind. This is about to perhaps turn into a slaughterfest, and actually, that's pretty interesting that Fatal still got a kill there. Yeah, they're hungry.
The kill. Oh, come on, Tori.
They're just waiting and ready to get it done with. Victoria now landing with the USP as well, even though she has a FAMAS. At this point, they're just like, okay, we're doing good. Let's keep it going. Of course, Project C, they do have the money in the bank now. But the gap, it's almost 10 rounds difference, and we're on train. That's the problem. And NOFEAR5 is on CT side. So to break through that wall that they have as a team, it's so incredibly hard. And right now, Project C have no answer for it at all.
No, they don't have any answer for it. And I'm actually very curious to listen to Potter and Miss Harvey alongside Shiva, just trying to break down what went wrong here for Project C. Because you look at the players, you look at the names, you're like, okay, you know what, they have something in store for us here. They are kind of the slim favorites. It's a 50-50 game. Potter, though, was the one... I think Potter knows things we don't. Like, next time I'm going to buy a lottery ticket, I'm just definitely going to give her a ring. But she's the only one who predicted NOFEAR5. Everyone else, including Twitch chat, just went for Project C. And maybe she knows something we don't. Hold on, that. Hold on to that thought, though. Xana is almost making it happen here. But Nessa's going to be left alone, and she's had an abysmal map here in Train, Fearless. But if she can clutch out this 1v2, there is a glimmer. There's a glimmer of a hope.
Ooh, I mean, the timing of Nessa is pretty damn good. MRSK not really ready for it. So the thing is, she isolated both players. So that does leave us with a 1 versus 1. But Fatal up in heaven. But she got spotted and then eventually straight down. So that's another round now for Project C on the board. But question is, will this be enough to pull through? Of course, money is not really there on their side just yet, and the gap still so incredibly big. I'm just glad there's another round so it doesn't look too bad, but I just hope that this can get that fire started we've been waiting for so long now.
Yeah, and if that round, that clutch coming from Nessa, if that's going to be, you know, the fire started moment, so to speak, it could be big. But the thing is, they still have a mountain to climb. It's a slippery slope. It's even got a little bit of lava flowing down the side, so it's gonna be quite painful, especially the T side here. But it is doable. It's just one round at a time. One round at a time. Keep the money low for NOFEAR5. Keep breaking the economy. CD side economy on Train. Very, very important to maintain, and very hard to maintain as well if you're going to be bleeding on too many rounds of players. So there is still a chance. NOFEAR5 still need to get 3 rounds. They're going to go for the double P. Tori, not able to find a single player there. She does manage to land a shot between the two. Double up setup in play for NOFEAR5, opting to go for the guns rather than the utility. You can clearly see a minute on the clock, and they're down to just the 2 smokes and a couple of flashes. Elizabeth has a kit as well, and Fatal taking the duel. She was the only player without a gun. She just had the deagle. And her getting taken out towards Brown Halls is gonna hurt this defense even further. But they're entrusting it in a bomb site with MRSK, and it's going to be Tori. That is very brave from Tori, and it's going to work on out.
Oh my lord, and right now it's just all falling apart. People are missing their shots. Tori with yet another frag. And it's all on the shoulders of Aurora. Yes, she's gonna live up. She's gonna get another kill on the board, but 20 seconds? This is so incredibly hard to get back into, and everyone is holding the angles. Elizabeth lands the last shot, and NOFEAR5 are on a 14 scoreline. So close already to being on match point, and just the way that Tori did that, the confidence is absolutely real. She landed 3 kills there, and surely she needs to be the highlight of this match.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, if NOFEAR5 win this, Tori has to be an MVP. She has been just... I don't know what to say. She's just been toying with her food, just completely owning the entire opposition. Just leaving carnage in her wake. MRSK spotted a couple of players there. It is just the pistols being purchased by Project C. Upgraded pistols, of course. Kezi with the Kevlar, and it's going to be Kezi's going to get a kill. However, the rest of the team is going to fall, but hold on. They're dealing quite a bit of damage. Tech 9 getting another kill, but Fatal's going to line up 2. And now it's all on Kezi. She's got the double. Needs to find 2 more. She's picked up an AWP. She's going to go running on with the Tech 9. Almost gets the kill on the Fatal, but it was not to be. 15-5 for NOFEAR5, and they need 1 round out of the 10 map and match points they have in their possession.
Yeah, so close. 10 rounds in winning in a row. That's a tough job. And NOFEAR5 just really seem like the better team. The thing is, yes, Elizabeth, she has an MP9, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. Because NOFEAR5, their communication, their positioning, everything seems to be solid. They seem to be playing off of one another. The trades are there. Everything is just so well communicated. But now, Aurora has sneaked into this B bomb site and has a little bit of a sound cue, of course, to where one player is positioned. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was a little rough. She gets tagged down to 16 HP, and those shots really need to be a lot crisper. Yes, they do have a 2-player advantage, but things still seem a little bit shaky here by Project C. And the thing is, Tori is now coming in from behind. The bomb is getting planted. Only thing is, she will not be able to stop it, but at least make this a little bit more costly for Project C.
For sure. Xana's going to find MRSK here, and that's the round done. That was a huge flag coming in from Aurora. And like you pointed out, that got a little messy. She should have had that clean, but gets dinked down. And then Victoria missing a shot gives them the little bit of opportunity to claw their way back in there. And a good round overall, not losing any players as well. NOFEAR5 have gone for, I do believe, Fearless, this is their first, like, forced buy, like rough buy in the entire game, right? They've always had guns, but now they've gone for the forced buy, and it's a curious one. It is, it's a little unorthodox, so to speak. 3 scouts and a couple of deals.
Perhaps they can make it work. Can't really look in the mind of NOFEAR5. Oh, well, there are some tags here and there. Both Aurora and Hedge are tagged pretty damn low. And now Hedge has taken out Nesta as well. But the op of Xana is always there to keep things in line. And what? Okay, I thought for a second Fatal was going to go for the knife walking out like that. But Dig will eventually tag up Kezi just a tiny bit. But what? I am not sure what is happening. Some of these shots are absolutely insane. And now Tori in a 1v1 against Xana. This is technically still possible. The only problem is Tori has no kit. But it doesn't matter. NOFEAR5 are just doing it in just the most absolutely dirtiest way thinkable. NOFEAR5, the stronger team here today in 2 maps. They've taken the map pick of Project C up first and then their own as if it's nothing. Oh, how do we break this one down, Blair?
Oh, we're not going to break this one down. I am looking forward to see Miss Harvey, Shiva, and of course Potter try to make sense of what we witnessed, because that was I felt a little dirty watching how NOFEAR just completely just smacked them out of the server. But thankfully, Fearless, it's not our job to break this one down. We, of course, have the desk to do that job for us. Much better people, much smarter people as well. And of course, I'm sure Shiver and Potter are going to be very happy with the fact that they proved to be smarter than Twitch chat winning the predictions as well. But that is coming up after a very short break.
Absolute domination coming out from NOFEAR5. They have no mercy, no fear, and Project C, unfortunately for them, on the receiving end of that aggression, making it so that Project C is eliminated from the DreamHack Showdown Winter, while NOFEAR5 move forward, and they get a little bit of rematch against Galaxy Racer, I believe. But that we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about this map here with Potter vs. Harvey. Potter, we were both very happy that our predictions were on point, but I don't think neither of us are happy with the way we were right.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You definitely expect Project C to put up a bigger fight, especially after their performance yesterday. But we touched on it, right? That the fact that Arcane Wave, just the level that they brought didn't seem to be quite the matchup that would be the team to make Project C work for it. We thought this time around they would be able to show up, but yeah, Tori, she's too strong. Too strong.
Too strong indeed, Steph. I mean, she was our player to watch from the start, and maybe she knew that we had extra eyes on her because, Steph, she definitely delivered.
She knew that second map was even better than the first one. She has 131 ADR, the only player in the server to get more than 20 kills. She got 30 of them. It's overall just an amazing and phenomenal BO3 for 54 kills against Project C, 119 ADR total, both map combined. She did whatever she wanted. It's just an incredible moment to be in her shoes. It must feel awesome at the moment.
Yeah, Potter, I'm gonna ask you to be a little harsh perhaps at the moment, because was this series credit to NOFEAR5 or maybe Project C just not being in the form we want them to, we thought they were, basically?
Yeah, it's definitely the latter. Project C were giving NOFEAR5 every duel that they wanted, right? You saw it in the highlights, even Kezi wowed towards Ivy. She just spotted Tori with that AWP. And when Tori has 30 kills, you don't want to give her a free DM type-esque fight. That sort of duel is not what you want to see. Definitely want to be able to flash Tori off and put the pressure on the hot player, make her have to really work hard for whatever kill that she gets. But that's one of the things, being a newer team, you don't have those sort of details, those sort of protocols hashed out together to apply that sort of pressure. So definitely you just saw just an outscaled, outmatched matchup here, I think.
Yeah, and then looking a little bit ahead already, Steph. I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we have seen this matchup before with Galaxy Racer versus NOFEAR5. Do you feel like the NOFEAR5 that we saw today is looking a step up from what we saw previous?
I do, but at the same time, like Christine mentioned, it was really an underperformance from Project C. It just seems like nothing was going their way. Their aim, their trades, nothing was there. So it might have been a little bit an easier game than any of the other from NOFEAR5 that we saw this week. So do believe they were in a better shape. This is going to give them confidence. But remember, Galaxy Racer brought Ixa into 3 maps, almost bringing the last one into overtime, 16-14. So it's still not in the bag for both teams. Who's going to be our grand finalists after this?
Yeah, Potter, before the whole tournament started, you were looking for improvement, progress. That's what you said. You know, the goal of this tournament is to see people get better and better and better. Is that what you saw today?
I think so. I think so. Just the fact that NOFEAR5, even though they were in the lead, even though they were the better team on paper and in the server, sometimes that's where the unforced errors start coming out. That's where you make mistakes. Maybe you get a little overzealous. You start getting too hypey. You start throwing the match a little bit. So it's good to see that even though NOFEAR5 were clearly the better team in the server, they kept their composure, they kept their cool. And Tori, the risk that she was taking, she's not going to be able to get away with those kinds of plays versus Galaxy Racer. But, you know, as Steph mentioned, that sort of confidence, it means a lot for Tori being the new player on this squad, the new addition, the shoes that she had to fill, it was large. So it's good to see that she's clapping back, and it's good to see that NOFEAR5 again are starting to progress and getting better and better. They're heating up.
Yeah, as we're trying to still get a winner's interview sorted with a translator as well to be extra super duper fancy. Ms. Harvey, I just wanted you to think back to the map we just saw. Are there any moments where you feel like things could have turned on their head but did not?
Actually, I have a moment. I can't believe you asked me that. There was a moment on their CT side, Project C, where they tried to disrupt NOFEAR5. They pushed that middle, got 2 kills. And then that's one of the only round they were able to get away with when they did not let NOFEAR5 execute any game plan. But right after that, NOFEAR5 adjusted and gave up completely T-Con. So that push was now ineffective anymore and every other round. So NOFEAR5's adaptation was so stellar on their T side. It was quite impressive to see how quick in game they were able to swap things up as soon as Project C was trying to come back.
Yeah, and that is something that you look for in any team. Being able to think on the fly and being able to adapt, and maybe, you know, the push from Project C, it was a good one, and credit to them for being able to do it, but they then fell a little bit behind in terms of their adaptation to the adaptation from NOFEAR5. That's kind of how it works, right?
And you know, I have to give props to NOFEAR5 all around team synergy. We're talking about how Tori is so dominant, but it also needs to be in an environment where she can be that type of player. So whoever is kind of leading that team, unfortunately, I don't have that information, but whoever's giving her these roles and letting her kind of open her wings and getting these frags and securing these rounds, I think the chemistry in NOFEAR5 right now is quite impressive.
It really is. Unfortunately, we will not be able to get an interview going with them today, but who knows, maybe we'll see them up against Galaxy Racer tomorrow, victorious, in which case we will get a chance to talk to one of them again. But we will take a look at the brackets and see how things stand for now, because this was our last series today for Europe. Don't worry, don't go anywhere. We have more to come, but Europe is done for the day. And we did see Project C eliminated here with, I must say again, Galaxy Racers. I was so impressed this morning. It looked so good, and I am very excited to see how they progress. And I know that's maybe a little bit unfair to NOFEAR5, but I kind of see Galaxy Racers in the finals already. Is that a little bit harsh? Because we did see NOFEAR5 just we saw them perform. Is it enough?
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think it's totally fair. NOFEAR5 are absolutely going to have to overperform to be able to get to the level that Galaxy Racer has shown. But listen, there has been weaknesses out of both of these squads. Anna, cracking under the pressure today, didn't show up. She's still going to need to be able to figure out a way to be effective, to be able to input a little more value into these rounds. And for Project C side, for NOFEAR5 side, even though there were dominant rounds here, there was some wonky rounds. On Nuke, there was a round where Aurora full beelined it outside Secret all the way downstairs. Didn't stop once, but somehow NOFEAR5 had no idea that this was happening. So even though they dominated, there's still some little kinks that they'll have to work out in order to be able to swing back against Galaxy Racer.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that, but all that continues. Europe continues tomorrow. We are shifting to the North America Showdown. So stay tuned. We'll be back after a break.